You pull the car over. Red and blue lights flash across a quiet street. Your hands are steady. Too steady. You've done this 100 times. You walk up to the window. The driver is shaking. He's already reaching for his wallet before you even ask for anything. He knows the game. And so do you. License and registration. You say. But that's not really why you stopped him. You saw his watch 3 blocks back. Real gold, not fake. And you know he's got cash sitting in that glove box. You can smell it. This isn't about the law anymore. Hasn't been for a while. This is about what you can take. You lean in closer. Lower your voice. We can make this easy, you tell him. Or we can make this hard. He already knows which one he's choosing. 2 years ago, you would have arrested yourself for this. Level 1. The first taste. Rewind 2 years. You were a rookie. Fresh badge, clean shoes. You believed in it, protecting people, doing the right thing, being someone your neighborhood could trust. Your first week on patrol, you help an old man carry his groceries up 3 flights of stairs. You feel like a hero. Then your training officer, a heavy-set man named Russo, pulls you aside after a shift. You did good today, he says. He hands you an envelope. Thick, heavier than it should be. You open it later. Alone in your car. Engine off. Streetlight flickering above you. Cash. More than you make in a week. Your stomach turns. Your hands actually shake. You think about driving straight back to the station and handing it over. But you don't. You sit there for 20 minutes instead, just staring at it. That night, you tell yourself it's a one-time thing, a thank you gift. Nothing more. You don't sleep much. The next morning, you put the badge on anyway. At roll call, Russo winks at you from across the room. Nobody else notices. You realize you're already part of something now, whether you meant to be or not. You catch your reflection in the locker room mirror before your shift. Same face. Same eyes. But something behind them already looks different. Level 2. The slow slide. Weeks pass. Russo keeps you close, like he's grooming you for something. He shows you how the system really works, piece by piece. Skim a little off a drug bust before it's logged. Nobody counts that money twice. Let a certain bar stay open past curfew, for a small weekly fee slipped under the table. Look the other way when a friend of a friend needs paperwork to disappear. Each time, you tell yourself it's small, controlled, just this once. Each time, the envelope gets a little thicker. You start dressing better. New watch. New apartment with a view you couldn't have afforded before. Your neighbors think you got a promotion. You just smile and let them believe it. You buy your mother a nicer gift for her birthday than you ever could before. She hugs you, proud. No idea where the money really came from. But something else is growing inside you too. A tightness in your chest every single time you clip the badge onto your belt. You ignore it. You get better at ignoring it. One night, you drive past your old neighborhood, the one you grew up in. You almost don't recognize it from behind the wheel of your new car. An old friend waves at you from the sidewalk. You wave back, but you don't stop. You're not sure you'd know what to say to him anymore. Russo notices the shift in you too. You're a natural, he tells you one night, clapping you on the shoulder like it's a compliment. You used to hate hearing things like that. Now it just feels normal. Level 3. The first real test. A call comes in. Robbery in progress at a convenience store downtown. You and your partner, Diaz, arrive first. Diaz is young, eager, still believes in the badge the way you used to. Inside, a teenager holds a gun, hands shaking harder than any driver you'll ever pull over. Diaz wants to talk him down. Slow, careful, by the book. You want this over fast. There are cameras outside, and cameras complicate everything you're building. You step forward, draw your weapon. Drop it, you say. Firm, cold. The kid freezes. Diaz shouts for you to wait. Give him a second. For one long second, everything hangs completely still. Nobody breathes. Then the kid drops the gun, falls to his knees, starts crying. No shots fired, but your own hands are shaking now, not his. Diaz looks at you differently after that, like he saw something underneath the uniform he wasn't supposed to see. You brush it off. Tell him you handled it. He doesn't say anything back. Later, filling out the report, you leave certain details out. Small things. Nothing anyone would question. Diaz reads over your shoulder and notices. He doesn't say a word, but he remembers. That night, you replay the moment in the store over and over. You tell yourself you did the right thing. Some part of you isn't sure that's true. Level 4. Buying silence. Diaz starts asking questions. About the money. About Russo. About why certain arrest reports never seem to reach the DA's office. You corner him in the locker room after a shift. Door closed. You didn't see anything. You tell him. Not a threat. Exactly. Just a warning wrapped in a calm voice. Diaz doesn't answer right away. He stares at you like he's searching for the officer he used to respect, and can't find him anymore. That night, Russo calls you. Handle your partner, he says. Or I will. Your blood runs cold. You know exactly what that means, and you know Russo doesn't make idle threats. You have a choice now. Protect Diaz, or protect yourself. You choose yourself. You meet Diaz at a diner the next morning. Slide an envelope across the table. A real cut this time, not a threat. Enough to buy his silence and his conscience in one transaction. He stares at the envelope for a long moment. Then he takes it. You both become exactly the same in that moment. Except now there are two of you carrying the weight instead of one. Level 5. The power feels good. 6 months in, the guilt gets quieter. The power gets louder. People fear you on the street now. Respect you. Even the wrong kind of respect. Built on fear instead of trust. Drug dealers pay you to look away from certain corners. Business owners pay you to stay close, to keep other officers away. You start believing you're untouchable. The badge isn't protection anymore. It's a weapon you carry. You pull people over for reasons you invent on the spot. A taillight that isn't actually broken. A lane change that never happened. You plant evidence once. Just once. When you need an easy arrest to boost your numbers for the month. You tell yourself the guy probably deserved it anyway. You start to enjoy the fear in people's eyes when you walk up to their window. This is the exact moment you stop being the officer you once were. You just don't realize it yet. You're having too much fun feeling powerful. You get promoted. A ceremony. A handshake from the chief. Applause from officers who have no idea what you actually do when nobody's watching. Your mother comes to the ceremony. She cries, proud, and pins a small medal on your chest herself. You smile for the photos. But standing there, under the lights, you feel emptier than you've ever felt in your life. Level 6. The crack appears. A woman named Elena files a complaint against you, says you took money from her during a traffic stop, says you threatened to arrest her teenage son if she didn't pay on the spot. It's true. Every single word of it. Internal Affairs calls you in for questioning. A small room, a metal table, a recorder blinking red. Your hands sweat under the table, but your voice stays smooth. Years of practice make lying easy now. They don't have proof. Not yet. But Elena doesn't stop there. She starts recording every future interaction on her phone. She starts talking to a local reporter who's been digging into police corruption for months. Russo finds out and calls you immediately. "Make it go away," he says. Those words have a very specific meaning in his world, and you both know it. For the first time in months, you feel the walls start closing in. Even though nobody else can see them yet, you start checking your rear-view mirror more than usual. Not for other cars, for yourself. Diaz notices you've gotten quieter. He asks if you're okay. You lie and say you're fine. He doesn't believe you. You can tell by the way he looks at you now, like he's already preparing for something. Level 7. The line you almost cross. You find yourself parked outside Elena's apartment one night. Off duty, just watching her windows. You tell yourself you're only thinking, not deciding anything. Your phone buzzes. It's Diaz. "Don't," he says. Just that one word. He already knows exactly what's running through your head. You sit there for almost an hour, engine off, street lights flickering across the windshield. For the first time in a long time, you catch your own reflection and don't recognize the man staring back at you. You start the car, drive home instead. You didn't do it, but you know you considered it. And that terrifies you more than getting caught ever could. That night, you don't sleep at all. Level 8. Everything unravels. The reporter publishes the story. Elena's recordings go public, spreading fast online. Your name is everywhere within hours. Your face is on the local news by that evening. Russo panics. He starts destroying files, moving the money between accounts, cutting people loose to save himself, including you. Federal agents show up at Diaz's door first. He doesn't run. He talks. Everything. The envelopes, the fake warrants. The silence he was paid to keep for months. Your phone won't stop ringing. Reporters, a lawyer you can't afford. Nobody you actually want to hear from. You sit alone in your apartment, the one you upgraded with dirty money, and realize it doesn't feel like home anymore. It feels like evidence waiting to be collected. You think about running. You even pack a bag, set it by the door. Then you think about your mother's face if you disappeared. You unpack the bag slowly, item by item, and sit down on the edge of your bed. For the first time in years, you cry. Not because you got caught, because some small part of you feels relieved that it's finally over. Level 9. The arrest. They come for you at dawn. The exact time you used to pull people over for looking too nervous behind the wheel. Now you're the nervous one. Handcuffs click shut in the hallway of your own precinct. Officers who used to nod at you now can't quite meet your eyes. You're placed in the back of a patrol car, the same kind you drove for years. Except, this time, you're not the one holding the keys. Through the window, you watch your own badge get sealed into an evidence bag. Just a piece of metal now. It never actually protected anyone, least of all you. At the station, someone reads you your rights. The same words you've said to dozens of other people, standing exactly where they used to stand. You call your mother from a payphone. You don't know what to tell her. In the end, you just say you're sorry, and you're not even sure for what. Exactly. She doesn't hang up. She just goes quiet. And that silence hurts worse than anything anyone could have said. Level 10. The Reckoning. The trial moves fast. Diaz testifies against you, voice shaking but steady. Elena testifies against you, calm and clear. Even Russo, trying desperately to save himself, testifies against you. You sit at the defense table wearing a plain suit, not a uniform, for the first time in years. The jury doesn't take long to decide. Guilty, on every single count read aloud. The judge's voice stays flat and unemotional. The exact tone you used to use on people begging you for mercy on the side of the road. You finally understand, sitting there, exactly what that felt like from the other side. Level 11. The Cell. The cell door closes behind you. Metal against metal. A sound you've heard 100 times before, but never from this side of it. You sit down on the thin mattress and think about the rookie you used to be. Clean shoes. Clear conscience. Groceries carried up 3 flights of stairs for a stranger who just wanted to say thank you. You think about that first envelope. How small it seemed at the time. How much it ended up costing you. Somewhere out there, Elena is finally safe. Diaz is starting over, carrying his own guilt, but at least he told the truth in the end. And you're here, alone, with nothing left but time, and every choice you made stacked up around you. You used to think power meant nobody could ever touch you. Now you understand that power was never really yours to begin with. It was borrowed, built on fear, silence, and other people's desperation. And borrowed things always come due, eventually. The badge is gone. The money is gone. The years are gone. All that's left is the man in the mirror, the one you stopped recognizing a long time ago, somewhere between the first envelope and everything that came after. And for the first time since that night in your car, with the engine off, you finally see him clearly. You just wish you'd looked sooner.